you've ever wondered whether it's worth paying for IXL when Khan Academy is completely free, you're not alone. So in today's video, we're going to review both IXL and Khan Academy side by side so we can see if there is any reason to choose one over the other. So let's get started. First, let's go over some basics. IXL is an online learning program for kids in pre-K through 12th grade. It covers math, language arts, science, social studies, and Spanish, and everything is done completely online. While many families do use IXL as an online homeschooling program, I think that it's probably best used as a supplement, except maybe for math. And we will get into all of that in this video. As for Khan Academy, this is also an entirely online program that many homeschool families use as their main curriculum for math. It covers math from pre-K through high school and even includes some college-level math courses. They also have language arts, life skills, science, social studies, computers, test prep, and economics courses. Khan Academy is completely free to use, and if you sign up as a teacher, you will also get access to their AI planning tools. IXL, on the other hand, will cost $9.95 a month if you sign up for just math or language arts, $15.95 a month if you want both subjects, and $19.95 a month if you want to include science and social studies. You can also add Spanish to any package for an additional $5 a month. If you have more than one child, you can add additional kids to your IXL subscription for $4 a month or $40 a year per child. You can also save 33% by purchasing a year up front. And you can save an additional 20% off either your first month or your first year of IXL if you use the link that I have left for you in the video description below. And what's even better, if you sign up by June 30th, you'll save 25% off instead of just the usual 20% off. So now is a really good time to try this out. And that discount knocks down the price of the additional child as well if you wanted to add more than one child. But while IXL is not very expensive when compared to some other online programs, Khan Academy is completely free. It's also completely ad-free, which is a nice bonus considering that it is a free program. So this video will hopefully help you decide whether or not IXL is worth the investment. Before we get into the actual lessons, let's just talk about a few more basics of each program. Both programs are mastery-based, which means that students will work towards earning a certain number of points for each topic rather than just receiving a percentage grade. The system and the tracking is different, but I will show you how it works for both programs. Another key difference that I want to point out is the parent account. On IXL, you get your own parent account where you can track your child's progress and view all the different reports, and I will show you these a little later in the video. You can also do this on Khan Academy, but if you want to assign specific lessons and view the more detailed reports, you will need to sign up for the teacher account. This is quite a bit more involved than just signing up for IXL and having the parent account already created for you. There are a few more steps involved. I will show you later in the video, but this is just something to keep in mind. Another key difference between the two programs has to do with the course content. Both programs cover math from pre-K through high school, but Khan Academy also has some college-level math courses, AP courses, and courses to help prepare for the SAT. For language arts, IXL covers skills from pre-K through 12th grade, although not all of the skills come with video lessons. Many are more for practice than actual teaching. Khan Academy does not have as much content for language arts, but they do cover reading and vocab for 3rd through 10th grade. There is also a grammar course. And if you have little ones, you can get the free Khan Kids app, which will teach early math and reading skills. This is separate from the online Khan Academy program. For science, Khan Academy includes full courses for middle and high school, as well as AP science courses and some college level courses. The science lessons on IXL are just for practicing skills and do not include any videos. However, they do cover skills from kindergarten through high school biology, chemistry, and physics. Khan Academy has several different courses for social studies, including U.S. and world history, U.S. government, and AP courses. IXL covers similar topics from kindergarten through high school, but here the focus will be more on practicing skills rather than learning new things. There are no video lessons, although there are text explanations of a lot of the concepts. Finally, IXL offers 7 units of Spanish skills, while Khan Academy does not offer a foreign language course. On the other hand, Khan Academy includes courses in life skills, computers, economics, and test prep, which IXL does not. And before we go on, just remember that it doesn't have to be just one or the other. Since Khan Academy is free, if you see a course that you like that isn't offered on another platform, you could easily just use Khan Academy for that one course. Okay, so now let's take a look at some of the lessons from each program together. Then we'll talk about some of the different features of each program. We'll also take a look at the parent dashboards so you can see the kinds of things that you can do there as a parent. Okay, so let's start with Khan Academy. This is the student dashboard, and you can pick a lesson from one of these here, but you can also go up here and pick anything on the platform. So let's pick a math lesson. You can see when you open up a grade level here up top, it's got all these boxes. Once you use the platform and do some of the lessons, these boxes will fill in with the different colors and symbols you see here. So you'll be able to see at a glance which lessons you're proficient in or have mastered, which lessons you haven't started yet, and so on. Most of the lessons consist of both learning and practice. The learning videos are very good. You'll have a real person talking, although you won't see them on the screen. And you can watch the videos as many times as you want. Keep in mind that the videos are not required, so if your student already knows the material, they can attempt the exercise without watching the videos. But for new material or for things that your child needs help with, they are very useful. Once you watch the video, you will move on to the exercises. And then once you do those, you will move on to the next video. There will also be quizzes and unit tests. And most of the topics on Khan Academy are laid out in a similar way. They might not all be as robust as the math units, but they all usually include videos and practice problems like this. Some will also include text lessons. You'll be able to check your progress at a glance at the top of the screen, and the course navigation will be over on the left. So with Khan Academy, even though you can absolutely jump around and do just the lessons you want to, they really do feel like entire courses. And even if you do jump around, your progress will be tracked as long as you create a free account. And this is true even if you've assigned specific lessons. Your child can still explore anything else on the platform. We will get into some of the other features in a minute, but first, let's switch over and see what a lesson is like on IXL. Let's look at math here too. So here is how they have the courses laid out. So although it looks a little different, you'll be able to see all the lessons laid out in order just the same way they are on Khan Academy. Now, since IXL is more of a practice platform, when you click on these, it's going to go straight to practice. However, if you're not sure what to do, you can learn with an example or watch a video. So it's very similar, but they just don't lead with the video the way Khan Academy does. If you want to attempt the problem, you'll be able to see your progress on the right. You're working towards mastery here as well, but you'll be receiving what they call a SMART score, which will change as you get questions right or wrong. One thing I want to mention about the SMART score is that it can be a little discouraging for some kids because getting one answer wrong can drop the score quite a bit. So just be prepared to talk to your child about that before they get started so it doesn't feel frustrating. If you scroll all the way down within a grade level, there are a bunch of text lessons to teach the concepts, which also include videos to go along with it. So this platform definitely will teach the math concepts if that's what you want it for. And if you don't want to view this by grade level, you can also view by topic instead. And if you're just looking for a specific video to help your child understand a tricky concept, they have all the videos organized by grade level and topic as well. And there is so much more to this platform, and I am going to show you more in a minute. But first, I just want to point out that I do have full review videos of both Khan Academy and IXL on my channel that do go into more detail. So I have left those links for you in the video description below. One thing worth mentioning is that on IXL, students can only access the subjects that are included with your subscription. So if you're only paying for math, then your child won't be able to jump over to language arts or any other subject. This is different than Khan Academy, where everything on the platform is always available to your student. Okay, so back to Khan Academy. Something unique about this program is within the courses, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, they have a course challenge. This is sort of like a pre-test that you can do to see what you already know. So this could be really helpful to see what your child may already know, and then if they take the course, it will have them start with whatever lesson they may not yet understand. They also have more ways to motivate students and show progress at a glance. If you become proficient in at least one new skill per week, you will add to your streak. So that's a nice way to motivate students, and I have seen other platforms use streaks to encourage students to practice regularly. On IXL, they have something that I think is very helpful called the Diagnostics Arena. This is a way to determine your child's current level in both math and language arts skills. And it will even suggest specific skills for your child to practice to help fill in any gaps in learning. So you would just have your child do this periodically so that IXL can continue to recommend the right skills for your child to do. If you're using IXL as a practice platform, this is especially helpful because you'll know exactly what your child should be focusing on, and you really don't have to do anything other than have them work on the recommended skills. So instead of having them go to the individual grade levels or topics, they could just go to their recommendations wall and start practicing. There is a lot more to IXL than what I'm able to show you in this video, so make sure to watch my full review video if you want to see all of the different things that you can do on this platform. Okay, so now let's compare the two programs from the parent's perspective. As I mentioned earlier, Khan Academy is going to be a little bit more complicated if you want to access all the features. You'll want to set up a teacher-coach account instead of a parent account, and then link your child's account to your class. It's a few more steps than IXL, but it unlocks a lot more features. I'm actually thinking of making an updated Khan Academy video and going into more detail about how to set this all up, so let me know in the comments if that would be helpful. Anyway, having that teacher account will allow you to assign specific courses and lessons and view your detailed progress reports. You can still view progress and activity from the parent dashboard, but it just won't be as detailed. And if you only sign up as a parent and don't add the teacher-coach role, then you won't be able to assign any lessons. Now, I do think the parent dashboard on IXL is a lot simpler. First of all, you don't need two separate accounts. You just switch between parent and child from the upper right corner. Under Diagnostic, you can see your child's progress from the diagnostic arena and any skills they should focus on. Under Analytics, you can see a summary report, usage details, a report that shows any trouble spots your child may have, scores they have received in each skill, their scores on individual questions, and overall progress in the areas they have practiced. And if you want to suggest specific skills for your child to work on, you can just click the star next to any skill. You can also assign skill plans, including plans aligned to your state standards. So that may or may not be useful to you. I do go into more detail on this in my full review video for IXL. Okay, so now hopefully you have an idea of how both Khan Academy and IXL work. So now let's talk a little bit about the pros and cons of both programs. Let's start with Khan Academy. Well, for pros, the video lessons are really good. There is a reason that so many families end up using this as their main math curriculum for homeschool, and it's really amazing that it is free to use. I also like how the courses are all laid out as complete courses with lessons and practice problems, quizzes, and exams. And I love how you can see all the details about what you haven't started working on yet and what you have mastered and everything in between just by looking at those little boxes at the top of the screen. It's just a really nice way to tell at a glance how you're doing. And now for the cons. No pun intended. I think the main one is that it just seems like it was designed for teachers to use in schools. And as homeschool parents, we know that a lot of times when a school program was adapted for home use, it is not always user-friendly. Although IXL is used in schools too, but they definitely did a better job of making it easy for parents to use at home. Maybe that's because it's not free. And the other major con that I can see is just in comparison to IXL. They don't have that diagnostic arena to identify trouble spots, and it just doesn't work as well as a practice tool. I really like programs that are adaptive and are going to help figure out exactly what your child needs to focus on. With Khan Academy, if you're using it for practice, then you are going to need to decide what they should be working on. Okay, so now for the pros and cons of IXL. Well, one pro, as I just mentioned, is that it works very well as a practice tool, especially for math and language arts. The diagnostic arena is super helpful, and for a lot of families, that is the main selling point. It saves a lot of time to be able to identify any gaps or trouble spots that your kids may have. The parent dashboard is also just a lot more user-friendly, and overall, it just seems like it would work better for parents who aren't as tech-savvy or who were never teachers. That said, let's talk about the cons. Well, the number one con compared to Khan Academy is obviously that it costs money. Not that IXL is particularly expensive as far as online programs go, but it isn't free. So if budget is a serious concern, then it just makes more sense to go with Khan Academy. Another con is that the program is not really designed for you to be able to teach full courses from start to finish. Even though they do have lots of lessons and videos, it's still more about practicing and mastering skills. So I personally would not recommend it as a full curriculum, not even for math. Whereas I do think that Khan Academy could be used as your main math program. I really hope this video helped you to make a decision about whether Khan Academy or IXL would be a better fit for your child. They're honestly both great programs, so it really comes down to what you're looking for. If you want complete courses with lots of video instruction, then I would go with Khan Academy. If you're looking for a practice tool that can help identify and fill in gaps, then IXL is probably a better choice. And if neither of these programs seems quite right, I do have tons of videos on my channel covering tons of different programs and curriculums, so make sure to check that out. If you do decide to give IXL a try, don't forget to use the link in the video description so you can get 20% off either your first month or your first year. And remember, if you sign up before the end of June, you'll get 25% off. So if this is something you've been thinking about, this is a great time to check it out. So don't wait. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I will be happy to answer. And if you are currently using either of these programs, I would love it if you could share your experience. Thank you so much for watching.